Hey guys, I'm Sdanwolf. Welcome back to the channel. Now this first little speed build, it'll be a little weird because actually I built this first to kind of like, we're calling it, we've dubbed it kind of like Tyrannosaur Valley. But this first part that you see that's all complete, I kind of wanted to get that finished. I did that off camera. For context, I started the stream off with that build. So that I didn't actually record. That was purely to get that ready for the stream, to kind of so I'd have a little bit, you know, something to show off when they gave that to us on Friday. But I am having an absolute blast. This game, the rock textures, the one thing that was that Drew and I had talked about was really that Friday evening when we both, you know, finished our streams up and we had, you know, had a couple hours with the game, was just, we couldn't believe how nervous the dev team was. We were like, man, they like really made it seem like it was going to be like a little, like a mobile game or something. They were so worried about it being overhyped. And we were like, we told Mao and Nate and Vic and all them that they actually showed up to a couple of the streams. We're like, you guys had absolutely nothing to worry about. This is incredible. You wouldn't believe how many people, if you get a chance to go back and watch the streams in real time, I know they're like 2-3 hours long, but throw me on in the background and just kind of listen to what we talk about, because even the developers are in there kind of giving us some of their thought process and stuff. But man, you wouldn't believe how many people stopped by and could not believe that this was an alpha game. Like, you know, more casual players, they were like, when can I buy this? Or like, what are you playing this on? So that brings us into the next part. You can't really buy this right now. It's the alpha period is over. They've locked it. You can get on and pre-order it. So you can definitely do that, but you can't buy it right now like where we have it and come in and start playing. That part is over. They only had that open for a select amount of time, and now whoever got in on the alpha and who is helping with it, that is their core group of people. So, you know, kind of a bummer for some of the people that didn't get in, but it was quite expensive to get in on that alpha. It was like $85 to kind of get in here, and it's kind of like Mal said, that wasn't one of those things like where I just want to play this game. That was one of those things like where I really want to support the development of the game. Like, I'm in it for the long haul. I'm in it for the bugs and discovering different issues and things that may be going on. So, you know, don't take it too hard. Like I said, I understand that was a very expensive kind of commitment to make when none of us had really any idea what shape the game was going to be in, how this alpha was really going to go. But we are, I know I speak for myself, but I also Drew too, that we're just absolutely floored, guys. We are floored. Now, a lot of people have come and they've asked me about how does it compare to Planet Zoo, of course. How does it compare to Jurassic World Evolution? I didn't play Jurassic World Evolution very much, to be honest, and it's kind of, right now, it's kind of an unfair comparison to compare it to Planet Zoo because that's a full release game and this is just an alpha. So, but what I can tell you from playing a lot of these games, I have never been more excited to just play this game. Like, and that's what Drew and I and even Savannah was saying, that this is one of those games like where even if we weren't recording content for it, this game is just so stinking fun to play. It is so satisfying on every level, from the path creation to the terrain, the terrain suite, to this tree right here. You're seeing my absolute favorite tree in the game, this really large oak tree, to the rock texture, the water coloration, I mean, come on, resizing. All of this stuff can be resized. It is just, it's kind of interesting what we were talking about. It's like, it's a culmination of, if we think this is the direction that simulation games are going to go in 2021, 2022 and beyond, if this is just alpha, if this is just the bare bones of what they really want us to get in and try and test, we're in store for some incredible simulation and gaming experiences, guys. And you know, that's the thing, like Drew and I said, we weren't even 100% sure that we would be into this, because we're not, I mean, you wouldn't believe how many friends we've made, like how many dino paleo nerd friends we've made like over this last week that have kind of attached themselves to us just because we have access to this game. And just the information that has been passed to us in regards to what kind of animals we're dealing with here. Remember, we have 6 animals that have been given to us in the alpha here, but those guys have just they've just been incredible about popping in. I mean, even something as simple as making sure we are pronouncing the names correctly, and it's just been a weird, fun learning experience that you know, we don't usually get to be a part of, because normally when we're designing stuff, it's for theme parks and all that, you know, like we know kind of what we're doing, we know what we're talking about. With this stuff, we don't know what we're talking about, but we're willing to learn. And that is kind of what's been so fun about these last 2 or 3 days of this experience, and kind of diving into this culture that you guys share. And it's been really, really fun. The dino community kind of embracing us and letting us, giving us the opportunity to design in front of them, and in front of you guys. And that has been, it's just been a really, really kind of incredible dynamic to this whole content creator stuff, because it really shines through how much these dinosaurs mean to these people. Like, this is not just for play, you know, simulation game showcasing. Like, these guys take this serious. This is serious business to them. I mean, it's a hobby, but it's serious. And that is incredibly interesting to me. Just the whole outside crowd, hobby, human dynamic to this, to how just full on board you guys are with this with this genre. And I think that is what's going to lead to a lot of success for us as far as content creators go. That, you know, maybe, you know, you guys have the the actual the research knowledge, the actual schooling on a lot of the dinosaur side of things, what would mix, what would go together, biomes, terrain, and then we have the thematic experience, the themed entertainment experience, where we can come in with you guys and be like, okay, well, we've got these ground rules set. This is awesome, but now we need to theme it for a crowd, for thematics, for the casual viewers. And I think that's where, like, where Drew and I and Simply Savannah and a couple of the others have a real good, real neat perspective as far as taking the realism side of things, but also bringing in the entertainment side of things for the more casual viewer. And hopefully we can scoop up a lot of you paleo nerds with the you know, the thematics of the stuff that we're going to create moving forward. So it's just been, I mean, it's been an incredible weekend for me. You guys wouldn't believe how many people have reached out and just said, man, if you need any help at all with any research, or if you're unsure about a certain you know, design, or would these creatures, you know, does this make sense, reach out to me. And that has been I think that is, it's just weird how much the audience is going to be like an invaluable tool moving forward with this whole project. And you know, another thing that was really, really cool, when I got done with both of the streams, well, actually during one of the streams I got done with it, and I went over and checked my Discord, and Nano, one of the actual developers, actually reached out, and he's like, man, when are we going to get our hands on your map? We really want to test it and just look around at it. And man, I was floored. That's what, like Silver Fox was saying, that was a huge compliment just for like one of the developers of the games, been working on this for years, and we have our first stream, and he's like, man, we really want to get our hands on that park. If there's any way that you don't mind passing it to us, we could do a lot of testing with it and screenshots. And so I went ahead and got the save file and sent it over to him. And then on the second day, Mal hung out with me for a long time. Like, that was a 3.5 hour stream, and Mal was in there giving us some really good pointers and feedback. And and when that was over, he said, hey man, if you could pass me that, I would love to zoom around this park a little bit and just take a look and run some numbers on it. And so I got it over to him too once the stream was done. But we got a lot of interesting information from him. One of the things I can confirm, if a lot of you guys were to ask me, hey Stan, how many are they going to add any more animals to Alpha? I know you guys have the 6, but I can confirm from Mao, he did say no. They would not be adding any more animals to Alpha, but there are going to be some changes and stuff that's made. We asked him about the foliage, and he said right now there's about 30 to 35% of the planned amount of original foliage that we have our hands on right now. So, we've still got a lot of plants, a lot of stuff to go. So that is going to be really fun too, just to kind of see what they have planned. But a lot of it, they just said they're focusing on the core gameplay. He told me they really appreciate all the positive feedback. He actually told me, like, he said, I think in the last 7 days I've got 10 hours of sleep. He said it has been, it's just been balls to the wall trying to get this build ready. And big shout out to their audio guy. Me and Heather had a laugh because Heather's like, man, their audio department is on it. These roars and stuff, they sound awesome. And then Mal chimed in and told us, he's like, guys, there's not an audio department. The audio department is one guy. So he's been doing an absolutely smashing job on these roars and the far off distant roars. It is just really awesome direction they're taking this, and I'm like you guys that have popped up in the chat. I absolutely cannot believe myself that this is alpha. Like this seems like something that's about to. This seems like an early stage, or late stage beta. Like this is about to get released to everybody, and they're just putting the finishing touches on it. And Mal said that they have a long way to go. He said we still have from a gameplay standpoint and adding all that, he said there is still a ton of work to do. He said the one thing that they're really comfortable with, and that is completely ready to ship, is the terrain editing tool. He said they're completely happy with that. There is not really much focus left on that. So, and yeah, man, when you jump in, like a lot of this stuff, if you played these type of games, you won't understand until you're actually in here. Like, especially if you compare it to the zoos, and it is just, that's what I've been telling people on the streams. It is so stinking satisfying. Like everything from the path to the rock work to the resizing to the terrain elements, everything is just like, it works like how you want it to work. Like it's just like, it's such an intuitive system. And the rock repetitiveness here, it is just, you'll have to leave me your questions down below. I'm trying to think of things that have happened or things we've come up, because we've only done 2 streams on it. I'm trying to think of some things that have come up and people have asked me that the developers have kind of chimed in and said. I can't think of a whole bunch right now. Feeding. The animals are not actually using the feeders in alpha. That is something that they said may come in alpha before alpha's over, but that may end up being a beta feature. They also said that they have kind of bringing back a ton of feedback from everybody that has the alpha, and be on the lookout for more alpha updates. So this is by no means just kind of released and done. They said that they have they're getting some incredible, you know, it's kind of like, you know, I think a couple people were saying when their eyes have been on this for so long, and now a fresh set of eyes is in here playing on it. They said we're coming across things that they never even saw coming that have happened and that didn't happen to them, but you know, we're kind of pushing it and we're doing things that maybe they didn't have time to do, or you know, what have you. But I am just like I said, I'm just floored by how worried the development team was. And I've told them, I'm like, you guys had absolutely nothing to worry about. We are having an absolute blast with this. And you know, like I said, I'm just, if this is what we have in store, imagine like what we're gonna have our hands on like a year from now. One of my biggest, as far as complaints go, and it's not even really a complaint, it's just like kind of like a need from me, is edge scrolling. Like right now, the edge scrolling is grayed out, and that's just kind of like a personal thing for me. Like while I'm designing, I don't like to have to use the WAD keys or the S key to kind of move back and forth. I like to be able to just kind of fly around with the mouse, and I do a lot of zooming out, zooming back in, looking at things from different angles. So, you know, that's just like one of my little peeves. And Nate said that was going to get addressed. So he said, yeah, man, don't worry about it. We'll get that turned on. So probably in the next update, hopefully they get that turned back on for us. So, but anyways, guys, yeah, I just kind of wanted to jump in and give my two little thoughts to you guys that haven't been able to keep up with the live streams. And, yep. Thanks you guys for all your support, and don't forget to smash the like button if you end up enjoying this video, and subscribe to keep up with some more of this Prehistoric Kingdom mischief, and we'll keep this rolling. And yeah, I'm Sdanwolf, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you. See you guys.
We're at the fence. Almost ready to re-engage power.
Oh!